This is Mirabella's Kitchen, and today I'm making raspberry white chocolate scones. If you'd like to cook with me, please check the description below for the list of the ingredients and a shout out to my patrons, and hello Zuko! To keep it brief, I moved. I had to move suddenly. I had a loss in the family recently. I can't find my apron. I think it's in the hamper. My dog got the poops while I was filming this video in the middle of everything. My kitchen is significantly different. A lot of it's not unpacked yet. My oven wasn't working because the breaker wasn't on, but I didn't realize that for 2 days. And I also realized that I preheated the oven to way higher than it was supposed to be for this video, and it makes complete sense why the end is how it is. So let's get to it. I take 2½ cups of all-purpose flour and add it to a large mixing bowl. I then add 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 3/4 teaspoon of coarse kosher salt. I whisk together. And I had weird lighting problems that just kept coming and going. The camera's in a weird place. Zuko's running around in the background, messing with the blinds. Take a cold stick of butter right from the fridge, unsalted, and cut it up into cubes. Use 8 tablespoons, which is 1 stick of butter. Put it into the dry ingredients. Tell your dog to get off the hot oven because he's trying to investigate everything. And then take a pastry cutter. I used a pastry cutter for the first time in this video, and I noticed not a big difference between that versus using 2 knives. I found the butter to get caught in the pastry cutter. You want it to be a crumbly texture. Then you move on to mixing 1/2 cup of heavy cream and 1 large egg together in a small bowl and just whisk until it's combined. I then slowly add in the cream and egg into the dry ingredients and start to mix it together to form a dough. And so you want it to be just barely formed, and I added a little bit of cream at a time to come to about 3/4 cup of cream in the end to get it to combine with very little dry ingredients being left behind. Next, I am adding about 1 cup of fresh raspberries. I recommend scaling it back to about 3/4 cup. I also add a little bit over 1/2 cup of white chocolate chips. And then I combine everything with my hands, and I found the dough to be very gooey. I think it's because the butter started to soften when I had to help Zuko. And I also think I used too many raspberries, which when they started to break apart during the mixing, it just got very kind of watery. So I take it out, I split it into 2 separate circles. I flatten them out and get it to about, I don't know, about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch thick. And then I take a bench scraper, and I wanted to cut them into 6, but I had a brain fart and I cut them into 4ths. I take parchment paper and put it on 2 baking sheets. I next take my bench scraper again, and I put 4 scones per baking sheet. I place them into, I did a 475-degree oven, but I'm telling you to do a 425-degree oven for about 10 minutes. And I also kind of winged the timer because I forgot to put the timer on. And I have burned scones and beautiful scones. The burned and the beautiful. A tale of 2 scones. And I'm just completely flabbergasted. I didn't even realize at this point that I had the wrong oven temp, and I've just been winging everything, and here I am trying to put a video out for everybody and hoping for the best. I love you guys. Thanks for everything. Those are my raspberry white chocolate scones. They tasted great even though some of them were burned, and I make new videos on every Thursday. Please support me on Patreon and Facebook at Mirabella's Kitchen.